Hello everyone, it is your boy Winster back at it again with another video. Today we are doing a combo tutorial on the Crimson King structure deck. Yet this one is going to be at full power. If you want to duel like Jack Atlas, you need to make sure that you know these combos. But before we get into every single combo today, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, check out all the social media down below if you guys are enjoying this content. But let's jump right into it, guys. I'm really excited to show what I've been working on. This deck be cooking. For combo number one, it is going to be a one-card combo consisting of Crimson Gaia. You will activate Crimson Gaia. You will search out Soul Resonator. You will normal summon Soul Resonator, activate effect. You will search out Bone Archfiend. You would activate Bone Archfiend, sending Crimson Gaia. You will special summon Bone Archfiend, activate effect, targeting itself, or Soul Resonator. Whichever, there's no wrong answer. Just make sure that you increase or decrease properly. Then you are going to send to the grave Crimson Resonator. And then you will sync for level 6. Make sure you modulate correctly. And then you will go into Red Rising Dragon. Effect of Red Rising Dragon, targeting Crimson Resonator. You will special summon this. Now that you only control the one Dark Synchro and Crimson Resonator, you will activate Crimson Resonator. You will special summon from the deck Vision Resonator, and then Synchron Resonator. And then you will go ahead and synchro these two for level 8. And then you will go into Scarred Dragon Archfiend. And then you will activate Vision Resonator in the grave, and you will search a spell or trap that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend. Here, you will go ahead and search out Red Zone, add that to your hand for 9. And then you will go into Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. And then you got some effects in the grave. You will go Chainlink 1, Synchron Resonator, Chainlink 2, Scar Dragon. Synchron Resonator is going to target Vision. And then this is going to go ahead and resolve good old Red Dragon Archfiend from the extra deck as a synchro. Now, there are two routes that you could go ahead and take here. If you are trying to be lethal or if you want to play a little bit defensive. I'll go ahead and give you both. We could synchro for level 10. And then we could go into Bestial Dispater, and then here we could go ahead and set the red zone. Now our end board in this option is going to potentially have a disruption and a negate. Dispater could potentially be following up depending on the outcome of the next turn, and then for follow-up you do have Red Rising in the grave, and then you do have Bone Archfiend in the grave. That is that option if you were to synchro into level 10 there. Instead of synchroing into that specific level 10, let's say that we synchro into Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. If you want to be lethal, now you could go ahead and activate the Vision Resonator in hand, and then you could go ahead and activate Bane to tribute this. To special summon a Red Dragon Archfiend from the hand or from the graveyard. It was properly synchro summoned, so you're able to summon it. And then here it should be lethal, and then you still have the red zone for follow-up. And let's say if they negate your attack or stop something, right? Next turn you have for follow-up still the Red Rising Dragon, and then you still have the Bone Archfiend in the grave. But that is combo number one. Combo number two, it is going to add one extra card. We are going to be using the same card, Crimson Gaia. And then we are adding to the combo the Bestial Rebellion. I think the Bestial cards bring so much synergy to the deck, and it would definitely be a mistake if you don't play them, in my personal opinion. They're non-tuner, level 6 and 8 monsters. They're just so good, or they fit so well with the Red Dragon Archfiend deck. But we're going to go ahead and start the combo off just the same. We're going to activate Crimson Gaia. Crimson Gaia is going to search out Soul Resonator. We will normal summon Soul Resonator, activate its effect to search. We're going to be searching Bone Archfiend. We're going to activate Bone Archfiend as effect, send the Crimson Gaia as cost to special summon it. Effect of Bone Archfiend, we could target itself or Soul Resonator. Just make sure that you modulate correctly when you do decide your target. And then we are going to send Crimson Resonator to the grave. It is almost the same combo as before. It just adds another layer of bullshit to it. And then we are going to synchro summon Red Rising Dragon. Red Rising Dragon effect, we are going to target the Crimson Resonator in our grave. We're going to activate Crimson Resonator effect now because this is the only thing that we control. And then we are going to special summon from the deck 2 Resonator monsters. Those targets are Synchron Resonator and Vision Resonator. Okay. Now here, this is where it could differ. You will now activate the Bestial Lubellion effect, and then we are going to search out the Bestial Magnamut, the recently limited, rest in peace my boy. And then we are going to synchro for 8. We are going to go into Scarred Dragon Archfiend. And then we're going to activate Vision Resonator effect in the grave. And then we are going to add a Speller Trap that mentions the Red Dragon Archfiend. And that is going to be Red Zone. Now we will synchro for 9. And we will go into Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Now we got some chains in the grave to activate. We will activate Synchron Resonator Chainlink 1, targeting Vision Resonator, then Chainlink 2 Scarred Dragon Archfiend level Synchro 2. We are going to synchro from our deck a Red Dragon Archfiend. And then we are going to add the Vision Resonator back from our grave. At this point, it is very crucial to make sure this combo works. We will activate Bestial Magnamut in our hand, and then we are going to target the Synchron Resonator. We are going to banish it for effect, and then special summon, and then we will activate the Bestial Magnamut effect. At the end phase, add any dragon from our grave or deck to our hand. You will go ahead and summon off of its own effect from the grave the Bestial Lubellion. Bestial Lubellion effect is going to set a card face up directly from our deck to our field, and that is going to be Etude of the Branded. If you don't know what Etude of the Branded does, guys, it is a bit of a floodgate if you control a Bestial, because anything that your opponent uses for an extra deck summon, be it Link, Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, any material for those cards are banished instead of sending to the grave. Its main effect that we're focusing on here is we can activate this card's effect as soon as it resolves Synchro Summon, and it could be done on your opponent's turn. Now you will go ahead and activate Vision Resonator from our hand, and then we will special it, and then we will set directly to the Spell and Trap zone, the red zone. We have follow up with Bone Archfiend, Red Rising, and then Bestial Magnamut. We're going to go ahead and resolve that effect. You could go ahead and there are two options. There's no wrong answer. The Scarred Dragon Archfiend back to the extra deck to get more plays, or you could just simply add a Bestial Druisworm. I will add the Bestial Druisworm just so that we could have, you know, some follow up. Now, going into our opponent's turn, we will pass. As soon as they hit the draw phase, we will ask if they have anything that they want to activate. If not, then we will go ahead and activate Etude of the Branded. And then we are going to synchro for level 12, 1 level 8 and 2 level 4s. And then we are going to go into Big Papa Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. And then we are going to activate the effect of Red Dragon Archfiend Chainlink 1. You can activate Vision Resonator, but we do not want to give our opponent the ability to respond. So my advice, do not activate this. You can, but there's really no point. You just have so much follow-up. Now, this is going to go ahead and resolve, and now our opponent cannot activate the effects of cards that they control. They can still activate things in the grave, hand, banished, but nothing on field. So they can't activate a spell, activate a trap. They can't activate even to the response of this. So essentially what this means is our opponent is not going to be able to do much with setting up a field. Realistically, the only thing that they can do is maybe normal summon and special summon from the banished hand or grave. Or activate effects in the grave. And then our other follow-up, we have Red Zone. Because we control this, we'll be able to pop a card. And then keep in mind, we still have the Floodgate on the field with Etude. And let's say they get rid of the Lubellion, we still have Bestial Druisworm to go for follow-up. Combo number 3, and personally, I think it's like one of my favorite combos. It is a 2-card combo consisting of Soul Resonator and Crimson Resonator. We will normal summon the Soul Resonator, activate its effect, Bone Archfiend. We will activate Bone Archfiend, discarding for cost the Crimson Resonator in a hand, and then we will summon, activate its effect, and then we are going to send to the grave the Uva Loop. And then now make sure that you level modulate correctly, guys. You are going to synchro for a level 6. And you guys know the vibe, honestly. We are going to synchro into Red Rising Dragon. We will activate Red Rising Dragon effect, and then we are going to target the Crimson Resonator in our grave. We will now activate the Crimson Resonator effect, and then we are going to summon 2 Vision monsters from our deck, and then that is Synchron Resonator and Vision Resonator. Now you will synchro for level 8. And we will go into Scarred Dragon Archfiend. And then now you will activate Vision Resonator effect. You could search any spell or trap that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend. Here you will add the Crimson Gaia. You will activate Crimson Gaia, and you will search out whichever card, which is absolutely insane to me, any card that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend. You're going to search out Red Zone. Now this is in your hand. This is on field. You will synchro 4/9. And then now you have a couple effects in the grave. You will activate Synchron Resonator Chainlink 1, targeting Vision, and then Chainlink 2, Scarred. And then now you will go ahead and synchro summon from your extra deck Red Dragon Archfiend. And then you will add the Vision Resonator. Now you will go ahead and activate Obsessive Uvolup. And then you will go ahead and banish the Red Rising Dragon. It's really critical that you guys banish that at some point in time to bring this to your hand. And now you will go ahead and synchro for level 10, and you will go into Bestial Despater. Now you will activate Bestial Despater and special summon this from our banished. And then now you will go ahead and activate Vision Resonator. And then you will go ahead and synchro for 8. And then we are going to go into Void Ogre Dragon. Now we are going to set the red zone onto our field. Now the last card in your hand is going to be Obsessive Overloop. Now you have an option here. You could go ahead and summon it. That way you can make Void Ogre Dragon live and you have no cards, and then he can negate. Or you could just keep it in your hand. But I will go ahead and activate this card. You can go ahead and banish the Scarred Dragon Archfiend. The reason that we're going to go ahead and banish that is because next turn we could go ahead and special summon it back and then start synchroning again with it and then pop your opponent's cards. So this is going to be our end board, guys. We have the Despater, we have the Negate, we have another Interruption, we got Crimson Gaia, and we got Red Zone. They're just so much that we could go ahead and do with this field. It's one of my favorite combos, honestly, and that is just with 2 cards. Okay, so the last combo I'm going to show you is going to be a 1-card combo. It is an all-in combo. Let's say this is your last resort option. It's a pretty cool combo in my personal opinion, but let's go ahead and get to it. We are going to be comboing, of course, with Crimson Gaia. We're going to go ahead and activate the effect, and you already know what we're going to search out. We are going to search out the Soul Resonator. We will normal summon the Soul Resonator. And then we are going to search out the Bone Archfiend. And then we will activate its effect. And then we will go ahead and special summon this bad boy. Activate its effect, targeting whichever you want. Just be careful with what you're targeting. And then we are going to send the Crimson Resonator. We will go ahead and synchro for level 6. And of course, we're going to go into Red Rising Dragon. And then we will activate Red Rising Dragon and target this to special summon it. Now this is where the combo differs a little bit. You will activate his effect. Now usually you will go ahead and summon the Vision Resonator and the Synchron Resonator. But instead of the Synchron, we're just going to go ahead and summon 2 Vision. Now we have 2 of them. And like I said, this is kind of an all backup plan. We are going to synchro for 12. So going second, this is kind of a busted combo. We are going to synchro 412, 1 level 6, and 3 tuners. red supernova dragon, and then this could banish our opponent's entire board. But we got to activate some effects here, guys. We are going to activate the vision resonator effect, and then we are going to get red zone. Now we will go ahead and set, and then we will go ahead and pass. So our end board is looking like this, right? So our opponent does anything, we have an entire board wipe of their board, not ours. We will banish the entire thing, and then we would banish that. And then red zone could activate and bring it back, and then we could go ahead and activate it again. For next turn, our follow-up, we got Bone Archfiend in the grave, and then we have the Red Rising in the grave as well. So whichever card that we draw doesn't really matter because we could just send it for cost and start popping off. But guys, that is going to be it for today's combo tutorial. Again, adding the Bestials is definitely the way to go in my personal opinion. I think the Bestials just add so much synergy and allow you to go into King Calamity plays, which I think is the better route. You know, you want to lock out your opponent. You don't want to let your opponent play. So do everything that you can to lock them out. But let me know what you guys think of the combo tutorial, guys. Hopefully it helped. Hopefully give you a better idea, a better understanding of the deck. There's still some things that I'm trying to work out, but you know, I'm glad that it's coming together. I may add some Foolish Burial. I may add the Dustwalker. Who knows what's going to change, but I hope that you guys did enjoy it. Again, my name is Winster. You guys have a good rest of your day. Peace out. Thank you for always supporting, guys.